Welcome to She's Happy Hair. Yeah, man. And if you haven't been to one of our shops, this is Southwest location, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is where it go down there. This is where the hair is so yeah. That's the homie Horace right there, you know what I'm saying? HB. Yeah. I'm Derek for real, you know, aka DC the Great. You know, I'm the one that made the She's Happy Hair. Yeah, man. You know, and then I brought along my homegirl Libra, you know what I'm saying, to help me out with it. And she did an excellent job. You know, shout out to Libra. And how I came up with the song, you know, I seen the movement. You know, I was just getting in town from New York. I ran into one of the owners at the store. It's crazy. I ran into the owner at the store. Random night. I just got in town. He pulled up some off the lot. I pulled up and some off the lot. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we was like, "Hey, what you doing tonight?" I'm like, "Shit, man, I don't know, man. You know, I just got in town. What's up? What's going on?" So he was like, "Hey, follow me." And I was like, "All right, bet." And we went somewhere like, you know, downtown. You know what I'm saying? It was probably like about 20 chicks with us, like bad chicks. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know. And I'm like, "Hey, this y'all?" And I was like, "Oh, man, I got to do something to be a part of this, man, for real." So what I did was, man, you know what I'm saying, I was like, man, I see something different. Like, it's got to be something different. Like, I got to bring something out to make, you know what I'm saying, some sense out of this, you know. I got to connect the pieces. So what I did was, you know what I'm saying, I was like, okay, I got to stay on this radio somehow too. So, you know, get my name in the mix. This is how I want to build my brand too. I want to build my brand through jingles, you know, will create my own lane through jingles, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was I had got a beat from June James, you know. Shout out to June James, by the way. That's the homie, you know what I'm saying? What's up, DJ Nunu? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I shout out to June James, and he gave me a live track. I'm talking about a live track, super live. I got a track with June. I been had the track, you know, I was sitting on it. Then it just clicked to me, hey, that'll be nice. They need a song for that company, man. So I went home, you know, I pulled out the track, and I got on the internet and I did my research, you know what I'm saying? I did my research. I looked at they specialties, you know, I looked at the reviews. I seen a lot of good reviews. I heard a lot of chicks was wearing it, you know, and I was like, okay, this is something like, you know, that I can, you know, I feel like that'll be something big, something bigger than life, as well would say. Something real bigger than life. Make it bigger than life. That's him. So yeah. So I got the song, you know what I'm saying? I got the track. I went home, did my research, started writing. I was like, hold on, man. She's happy. Yeah. She's happy. Yeah. She's happy. Yeah. And I was like, okay. So, you know, like I usually do a lot of jingles, so I know how to put them together. So I kind of like was like, okay, add the main little points to it. And when I was like, and then I was gonna like make it like, I wanted to make it like, you know, real catchy, you know what I'm saying, memorable. So I was like, and then I wanted to be a little, you know, how can I say it? I wanted to add a little hood, little flavor to it. So I was like, girl, you better go to She's Happy Hair. Girl, you better go to She's Happy Hair. Then it just came to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying? And then I went to go ask my sister how this sound. I was like, how this sound? and I let her hit a beat, and then I said, "Girl, you better go to She's Happy Hair." She said, "Yeah, I like it." Okay, I was like, "Cool, all right." So I went back, sat down, listened to the beat, looked at my research, and I put everything together. Then I went over it by myself, and then I had the little skit and everything. The first skit was me like acting like sounding like a chick, but we got that fixed thanks to Libra. She came in and blessed that. So I'm sitting in the car and I'm like, I'm thinking like, dang, I'm rapping about hair. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, okay, you know what? Forget. This is for the females. Forget these niggas, man. So I'm like, when you come to H-Town looking for some bundles, hit me up pronto. I tell you where to go. So I was like, okay, niggas gonna feel that. So I was cool with that, and then the girls gonna feel the other part. So it came together like two butt cheeks at the end. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, call 281-382-4936, and we gonna make you a happy chick. Girl, you better go to She's Happy Hair. Girl, you better go to She's Happy Hair. We got the look that you want, the style you need, deep wave, natural wave, and it's tangle free, no Viagra, but this hair lasts long, and when you have that on, watch your swag turn on, get happy. Girl, we got Brazilian, Malaysian, best in the market if you're trying to make a statement, and we financing if you're trying to make some payments. $75 a bundle, man, these prices be amazing. So yeah, man, when I came up with that, man, it was just like the flow was right, the beat was right, and everything just felt good. Now, you know what I'm saying, everybody is singing it. Little kids saying it's their favorite songs. Women telling me that they never thought about wearing hair until they heard the song. So it's like, I feel real good about the situation because like I did put in work before that happened. So you know what I'm saying, and it was a great turnout. It was a great success. So, what I'm saying, we still having fun with it. I'm still, get recognized for it. And then I'm in different states with it now. So, we got Alabama, Oklahoma, Detroit, Dallas. So, and everybody out there hearing that, then we on VH1 with the commercial, with it under it. So, I just want to, thank everybody that, that believed in me, I even remember like when I came with the song and whoa, he's so busy, what I'm saying, he's so busy, the owner of She's Happy Hair is so busy, so I let one of the co-owners here, and he was like, man, that whole jamming, it was, we was at a little house party too. He was like, man, that's jamming. And I was like, yeah, it's cool, it's cool. So he was like, all right. So I was like, hey, what was in the party? I was like, hey, let me let you hear the song. He said, hey, man, just give it to me, put it on the CD. I was like, all right. So I gave it to him. 2 days later, he ain't hear it. I hit him up like, hey, you heard the song yet? He was like, nah, I ain't get a chance to listen to it. I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Then he popped it in right then and there. I was like, man, he gonna throw it out. So, he popped it in right then and there. He was like, so I guess he listened to it and then he hit me right back. He was like, hey, this jamming, this live, how much I owe you? You know what I'm saying? So and then when, it was history after that, you know what I'm saying? So, now, I'm part of She's Happy Hair officially, even though I knew all these cats already, you know what I'm saying? It's just putting my, my percentage in,
Okay. 1 minute,
So,
1 second, let me close the wrong story.
So, that's how it happened, So, if you hear that, girl, you better go to She's Happy Hair. Girl, you better go to She's Happy Hair. That's me, you know what I'm saying? That's me and my homegirl Libra. And look out because we got the video coming out real soon. Real soon. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all hit me up on Instagram at It's Derrick For Real. That's ITSDERRICK. F-A-R-E-A-L. It's Derek For Real. YouTube, SoundCloud, Derek For Real. Derek For Real. And hashtag